Hello, everyone, and welcome to another talk here. We're going to think a little bit today about the tune we did a little bit on last month on Green Dolphin Street. So, in the process of putting together a melody video, which getting pretty close on. I've put a new backing track, so I thought we'd take advantage of that a little bit. So I'll start out by playing a little bit on it. All right, so I'll do maybe a little intro into it, and then kind of take it from, maybe do a little improv on it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the tune, and we may have mentioned some of these topics a little bit in one of the previous talks on this tune, but I think a good opportunity to work at spelling out chord scales and all that. So let's begin with that. Also, I think we did this in C before, so we've got a new key to work with, or a different key. All right, so we have the E flat major 7. And so we could think about this in terms of a slash chord. So we can say, all right, well, we have a G minor triad, okay, say over E flat. Okay. And then we can say, okay, we have this chord, which is E flat minor 7. So we can think, okay, maybe that's a minor chord, but we could also think in terms of G flat major triad over the E flat. Okay, and then let's say we go down to this chord. Okay, so we have, what do we have here? We have F major triad over the E flat. Okay, which on another, another perspective on it, it kind of appears like a F7 and third inversion. But we want to be a little bit careful about that because the chord itself is F major 7. So kind of F major 7 over this E flat. Okay, and then we get the E major over the E flat. Now this can be pretty helpful for us on guitar when improvising, because we could come up with triads to play and move them down, especially those major triads. We could use scales too, pentatonic scales, and maybe other scales. So when we start with G minor, go to G flat major. I'm just kind of making arpeggios out of these. So F major, E major to E flat. Okay, so we're using triads there. Okay, now some other moments that are kind of interesting in the tune that can relate to these slash chords. We have F minor, and then we get kind of this B flat sus for at least a moment or a couple of beats to B flat dominant 7. So we might think about the that B flat sus as a sus4 as a slash chord as well. So say maybe F minor over the B flat. Let's see if we can come up with something like or even maybe A flat major over the B flat. And why would I say A flat major? Well, if we were to spell out F minor, we would have F, A flat, C, E flat. All right, so notice 3 of those letters were A flat, C, and E flat. So that's an A flat major triad. So that's where that comes from. Okay. So then we could play with that. Okay, maybe say A flat major, right? And then go to B flat major, right? And then maybe play the E flat major triad. And then we could do similar things with the when it goes to the G flat. So Second half of the tune, the first 8 bars repeat. The second 8 move, or the last 8, I should say. There's kind of a bass movement. The bass notes can kind of move by step. And kind of go through that circle of fifths movement back to the root note. So what do we have there? Well, we have, at the in the root position, we might say, okay, A flat major, like we talked about. What about when you have the E flat in the bass? Maybe think more about F minor triad. Now, interesting here that when it goes from the F minor over E flat and then it goes to the D minor 7 flat 5, then we might think about that same triad of the F minor. So say, okay, F minor over D. Then we go to the G7, say G7 flat 9. We could say, okay, well, what if we turn that F minor triad into an F diminished triad, right? So we get, okay, and then look how that moves into the next chord, C minor. So we can have E flat, let's say E flat major triad. Okay, because if we spell out C minor triad, we get C, E flat, G, B flat, and we have E flat over the C, E flat major over C. We could think about it in that way. Okay, and then when we go to C minor over B flat, maybe we'll think more about C minor triad. That gives us a little contrast, and it excludes the bass note. Okay, and then again, kind of similar concept to what we came across before. We can continue playing C minor triad when the bass goes to A, and then the D, maybe go to a diminished triad. Okay, and then again, really any chord that includes the 7th, you can view it as a slash chord. So you might think here of B flat over G, so it'd be G minor. Okay, and onward, like that. So let's play around a little bit with that, and work through the changes here. Okay, so I was selecting notes out of triads pretty much that whole entire time, just to kind of give a practical example of what we're talking about here. So, so we could also, like we said earlier, think about triads. We can also think about maybe pentatonic scales, and the guitar kind of lends itself well to do that, we have the just make sure, check on something here. So hopefully it sounds good and everything. So I just got this set up and running again. Has some technical issues here, but so I haven't been in this studio for a little bit, but I spent some time over the weekend working on it and resolving troubleshooting and things. So still seeing some kind of unexpected things, but anyhow, so let's talk about that a little bit, or the back to the pentatonics, not technical issues. Probably no one wants to hear about that. Okay, so, or some people might, but anyway, not the topic here. So, right, we have well, you could kind of use some of the same things, right? So we can say, okay, maybe well, let's keep it super simple. Let's say we have E flat major pentatonic on our first chord, and then let's just move it up 3 frets, so that's going to give us the next slash chord. So we have the G flat over the G flat over, silence that, over the E flat, right? So we can maybe play a G flat pentatonic scale, right? And then we can move it on down. Keep kind of going, you know, play F major pentatonic and then E major pentatonic, back to the E flat till it comes back, right? Right, and then we get our, so if we're really trying to outline the changes very specifically, we have a 2-5-1. We can do F minor pentatonic, and like we said, we had the kind of F over B flat, so we could just stay on F minor pentatonic and then start moving to, let's say, B flat dominant pentatonic, and then on to maybe E flat pentatonic, maybe on to E flat dominant pentatonic, and then we get our 2-5. We can do the same thing that we did on the first 2-5, but move everything to the right 3 frets. I put in a tone outside the pentatonic, so let's remedy that. And right, and then we back to the B dominant, or B flat dominant pentatonic. All right, and then on the last 8, F minor pentatonic, we do the D minor pentatonic, but with a flat 5. Play the G dominant pentatonic, but lower than 9. And C minor pentatonic. And here's an interesting thing we can do. We can do a C minor 6 pentatonic. That's related to the dominant pentatonic I talked about earlier. And again, A minor pentatonic with a flat 5, and then that D dominant pentatonic with a flat 9. And kind of work back from there. Do your 3-6, 2-5 on that. So might even do G minor pentatonic, maybe G flat dominant pentatonic, F minor pentatonic, and B flat dominant pentatonic, and maybe alter that, and then back to E flat. All right, well, let's we'll do a little playing on this here. Again, thinking about pentatonics this time and trying to relate all this to our theme of slash chords. Okay, and then we can alter any one of those things as we go along, or stretch things out, move things around. Um, okay, so that's going to be our talk for today. Thanks for checking this out. I'm going to do some testing back and listening to this. So I did create a podcast recording here. So and I'm also recording locally. So I'll re-upload this, or at the kind of best possible quality. So this is available to members as a video talk on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/fretprince. And then we have the podcast here as well, which is open to the public. All right, thanks again for checking this out, and I will see you all in the next one.